Welcome into another Dane by Local feature. I'm Jason Hafman, your host. I'm really excited today to talk with Candy of Bizzy Bizzy to tell you all about her amazing business. So Candy, how are you?
Good. Thanks for having me, Jason. I'm excited to talk about the business and be on the Dane by Local podcast.
I was hopeful that you'd be excited to talk about your own business because most people should be, especially if you put all your blood, sweat, and tears into that thing. So tell us a little bit about what is Bizzy Bizzy? What's the business all about?
Sure. So Bizzy Bizzy is a creative agency. We specialize in one-day brandings and one-day websites. That's sort of our signature services. But we are a full digital marketing agency. We offer several other things, including search engine optimization, content marketing, and social media services for mostly small business owners.
How does this one day magic happen? Because most people don't say they could do that much in one day. How do you do all this in one day?
We've developed a creative agency like a lot of people do. Like we used to do websites where we would email the client and get all the information we needed, and then they'd email us and we'd email them. And over the course of literally months or even possibly a year, finally a website project would come to fruition. And the problem is with our clients is that small business owners are the busiest people on the planet. So it's really hard for them to make time to do a website project or a branding project that takes a bunch of their time. So it just kind of ends up in the back burner, and it's a big problem because the process is pretty painful for people. And the bigger issue is that it takes people so long to reach their marketing goals because how long it takes agencies or freelancers to launch a website or to redesign a logo or do a big marketing project. So after doing that for several years, we designed a new concept of how to build a website in a day based on getting our entire team of a writer, a developer, a creative director, a designer, sometimes a few more people. And we pin the client down for an entire day, and we do an all-day Zoom or an all-day in-person meeting before COVID. And that's really what it's all about. We can basically do 40 or 50 hours of work in one day if you have that many people working simultaneously. So we're just cutting out all the email back and forth, all the dead time that's normally embedded in a project. And we're replacing that with these super high energy, collaborative, interactive process that is super effective, super efficient. And, it's just like, get it done it's highly productive and focused. And that's how we're able to do what we're doing. It's pretty much the exact same thing everyone else does, except for we're doing it all at once.
I want to come back to this from your website right here because I thought that was just incredible and keys to almost anything that needs to be efficient and successful. And that's communication and collaboration. So those things are not all, even though we love to do them and love to think we're all great at them, many people struggle with that stuff. So how have you found the right team and the right people to work with to allow for you to excel in those two areas?
I always like to tell people the one day process is not for everyone. So some people don't like that high energy, kind of deadline oriented service or any kind of project. But in terms of our team, I mean, I actually have a journalism background, used to work in a daily newspaper. So this is in my blood. It's like I love the high energy collaboration, and that's it, that we attract those people to work for us. Like people love doing this process. So you can't do it every day. It's super high energy and intense work. So we only do a couple a week. That's, we never have any one person on our team doing more than 2 1 days a week. And the communication, I mean, what we find out with clients is that emailing is very difficult for clients. Like writing about themselves is very difficult. They don't want to get 200 emails from us over the course of 2 months about their website. Like that's horrible. Nobody likes that. But what they do love is talking about their business. So when we have a writer there who can interview them and, capture what they're saying, maybe put some search engine keywords in it and use a little bit of like marketing language, we get so much better results than if they were writing it themselves, or if the writer were just writing in a silo by themselves about the client. So it's this real-time interaction. Clients get a ton of feedback during the day, and that's what makes it so effective, is that the process and the outcomes are better than they were before because we're all doing it together. It really is. It feels like magic. It's super fun. It's really effective, and it's all about, yeah, bringing a lot of people together who are really good at the things that they're doing, and having them focus for the day.
It's just what you talked about, though. It really is finding the right team to make that happen, and obviously you've been able to do that, which is pretty incredible. Tell me a little bit about you, though. How did you get this? How did Okay? You said journalism before. I was a broadcast journalism person too. I guess not surprising now that I'm doing this stuff. But what made you get out of that, and how did you get into this? Why did you decide to start your own business?
Yeah, so I was in the daily newspaper business for a few years, well, the beginning of my career, and I loved it. I loved working in newspapers, but it was sort of a dying industry. It was like there was a lot of like layoffs happening at the time, and also I was working second shift at a newspaper, so it was kind of hard to have a life outside of the newspaper because I was getting off at 1 o'clock in the morning every night. So I transitioned to doing magazine production. So that was like the last job I had was working at a trade magazine publication. Um, and that was it was a really great experience, but it was 2009. There was also there was layoffs happening all over the place. The economy had just crashed, and I was pretty unhappy at my job, and there was nothing else available. There was just no jobs, and everyone's getting laid off where I worked. So I just like this fear of having no control was really stressing me out. And I just thought, I think I could freelance write or freelance design and make enough money to pay my bills. At the time I was 29, so I didn't have that many bills or responsibilities. So I just, I saved up for a year. I decided I'll try it out. And after I started freelancing, it was like my mind was blown. It was like, okay, being an entrepreneur is who I am. If I would have known this, I would have gone to business school. I would have, I would have totally had a different trajectory. I'm so passionate about entrepreneurship. I will never have another job if I can help it. And I love working with other entrepreneurs just because I just love the freedom that it allows people. People can, make bigger impact with their own business than they can a lot of times, and they're working for corporate America or in some, horrible job that they don't love. And so, yeah, that's why we like to focus on working with small businesses or small nonprofits, because we just love working with other people who are as passionate as we are about our business. But I love journalism, and that's still a big part of what we do at Bizzy Bizzy with content marketing. It's a lot of the same principles, really, of just, what people, educating people and curating content that people want to read or watch if you're talking about video content. So there is a lot that still makes sense from journalism into what I'm doing now. But of course, technology changes, and there's so many things that we're doing now that, I didn't even know existed when I was back in college. So
It is interesting, though. The skills and the basics of journalism are very translatable to a lot of areas, and communication is incredibly important no matter what business you're in. So you carry those skills with you, which I think help you make be more successful. Now you have some exciting new developments, some things coming on, and you got connected with a friend, Mary Jane Connor, and she's in the mix for you guys. So tell me a little bit about what's happening business wise for you and how you're working with Mary Jane.
we've got lots of stuff happening at Busy Busy. So Mary Jane is coming on as a business partner. Hopefully it'll be official next year, early next year. So the part of the reason for me taking on a business partner after being in business for myself for 11 years is just, I'm just dying to grow bigger than I can do on my own. I have that like entrepreneurial spirit where I just want to do more and more. And having her come on as a business partner has really allowed me to focus on different areas of the business. She's doing a lot of creative directing and helping with a lot of the operational side. And then I'm focused on growing our team. And we're also actually trying to do it's actually a licensing and certification to help other web design agencies learn our 1-day model and start selling 1-day websites to their own clients. So that's kind of how we project that we'll be scaling in the next few years, not only doing more 1-day services with clients, but also not really a franchise, but it's sort of that same concept. Like you'll be able to get a 1-day website in Austin, Texas, and we just have a licensee in Australia right now. So kind of trying to expand what we're doing globally and really disrupt the industry with what we have designed that we think is working better than what anyone else is offering. And then we're also, we're developing more one day services. We have the one day social, the one day search engine optimization, and one day digital that we're super excited about for this year, and just getting more and more clients in those areas as well.
All right, so I have an unrelated question before we get back and finish with something that's a little more relatable. Um, how many different, extremely unique pairs of glasses have you had in your life?
Good question. A dozen maybe. Yeah, I have to tell the audience that this is like a hot tip. If you don't know about Zenni Optical, that's where I get all my glasses, and it is like dirt cheap. And people always are like, wow, where'd you get your glasses? They must have been expensive. And I'm like, no, they were like $30. So check out Zenni Optical. It's a website where you could try the glass. You upload a picture of your face, and then you can like try the glasses on. So I've been doing that for years, and it allows me to buy more than one pair of glasses because it's not like $700. So I just like to buy a lot of glasses, and then yeah, just whatever suits my fancy that day.
Wow, that is a great tip. It's, sometimes based on what you're wearing or the way you're feeling, like to be able to kind of put on a different frame for the day, kind of fun, right? Works
Yeah,
better.
these are my creative glasses, and then I have like my serious glasses if we're doing search engine optimization, and then
Gotcha.
there's some, yeah, I've got a lot of wacky glasses.
That's great. All right. So before we go, I just want you to kind of remind people about where they can find you, how they can connect with you. I know you do some on social media. You're busy helping your clients with that, probably a little more than you do for yourself, as are most most marketing places and website places.
Guilty. Yeah.
But but tell us a little bit about how it's easy to connect with you in Busy Busy.
Yeah, so our main website is busybusycreative.com. So Busy Busy is Bizzy. That's a little tricky for people. And then I think all of our social channels are at Get Busy Busy. And we're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn. I mean, you name it. We have a YouTube channel. We have tons of WordPress tutorials and marketing tips on that. So yeah, we like you mentioned, we're not on social media as readily as we wish that we were. That's in the goals for 2021, is to get back to where we should be there. But yeah, connect with us on our website. We're happy to chat. If anyone's interested in our services, but we're also happy to chat if anyone is like starting a new business or they're struggling with marketing during COVID. It's our favorite thing just to chat with people about marketing and websites and social media. And I love taking people out to lunch and trying to convince them to quit their jobs and start their own business. So if anyone is thinking about it, or if you're laid off and you don't know what to do because you can't get a job, I can pretty much for sure come up with a business idea for you. So I'm happy to do that.
Candy, thanks so much for telling us all about Busy Busy today. Again, you can find them at busybusycreative.com. All of the socials right on their website. You can get signed up for the newsletter, get information. Like Candy said, she likes to share with people, which is so great, sharing that knowledge, sharing the information. And she likes to energize people and tell them to go for it. So I love that too, Candy. Thanks for everything you're doing over there at Busy Busy.
Yeah, thanks so much, Jason. It was so fun.
All right, take care, stay well, enjoy your holidays.
You too.